Hello.
Hello, what's going on?
Not much. How are you doing?
I am good.
All right. So, yeah, let's get right to it.
All right, buddy, let's do it.
All right. So I'm just gonna start off with a fun question here. So who is your favorite baseball player?
My favorite baseball player ever of all time?
Sure. Yeah.
All right. Probably Derek Jeter.
Yeah, it's a good one.
Yeah, yeah. He was obviously a Yankee growing up, and I loved to watch him. And then now being able to be a part of the Yankees as a player, and now a coach, he was just someone I always idolized. So yeah, Derek Jeter was the man.
So can you give us a little base bit of your baseball background?
Yeah, definitely. So I grew up around Quad Cities. I went to Rock Ridge High School. It's in Illinois, small little high school. Played baseball there. I was able to play baseball at the University of Iowa. So did that for actually 5 years. I got hurt my junior year, so I got an extra year of eligibility. Then I played baseball with the Yankees. Spent most of my time in Double A, a little time in Triple A. From 2011 till I got released in 2015. And now I'm back as a coach since 2017, catching coach, and this year going to be the manager of the Pulaski Yankees.
Which congratulations on that. That's a
Right.
pretty big deal. So walk us through a little bit of your time at Iowa. You were a standout there, 306 average, second among conference catchers, and 16 multi-hit games. Like, what was it like to be able to accomplish that?
I loved my time at the University of Iowa. I grew up a huge Hawkeye fan. Still am a huge Hawkeye fan. So being able to play there only was an hour from the. We'll have to cut that one out. That was my son. But yeah. So anyways, loved my time in Iowa. Loved my teammates. Loved being able to be a part of that. And still love carrying on the Hawkeye tradition. Still got my Iowa baseball sweater on today. So, yeah, love my time there.
So after that, you drafted by the Yankees. What was it like being able to play in such a historic organization?
That's a great question, by the way. Yeah, it was awesome just to be able to be a part of that history. When I was at the University, I was a history major. I've always really loved history in general, baseball history as well. So being able to be part of such a historic franchise, a franchise that's meant so much to the game of baseball, with the World Series, with Steinbrenner being the owner, and just the nostalgia to that organization, and the timelessness of being in that organization, being able to be in there and still going through the minor leagues when Andy Pettit was still around, and Derek Jeter was still around, and Mariano Rivera. So it was a surreal experience.
What were some moments that you remember that really stand out to you from your minor league career?
Couple. So I was able to be in the same lineup and play alongside A Rod when he was coming
Oh
back
wow.
through on one of his rehab stints. I actually got to do that a couple different times, and he was an awesome person to be around, and was awesome to us. Talked to us, answered questions. Was acted just like one of the guys, not like he was one of the better baseball players of all time. So that was something that I always enjoyed. Um, one of my other, I guess, facing. It's weird. It's come full circle, but I faced Garrett Cole in the minor leagues
Oh
when he
wow.
was with Pittsburgh. When I was in high Tampa in the Florida State League, so I got to face Garrett Cole back before Garrett Cole was Garrett Cole.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was pretty fun. I was able to get in a bat in big league spring training game. It was my only at bat, and I ended up strikeout looking, so that wasn't very fun. But it was kind of a fun deal because after the game, I struck out to end the game, and I was walking off the field, and Tony Pena came up and kind of patted me on the back, and he said, "It's okay, kid." And he gave me the lineup card, so I've got the lineup card. with my name scratched in there, and I think Derek Jeter actually started that game, so I'm in the same
Wow.
lineup as Derek Jeter. So that was one of my other fun little memories from playing.
That's awesome. And like, what do experiences like that mean to you?
I love being able to draw upon that and that personal experience, and then being able to share that with my wife, my kids, my dad at the time, and being able to kind of share in these because my dad was a huge baseball fan, is a huge baseball fan, and supported me all the way through. So being able to share some of those experiences that I've had with him was pretty special.
Yeah, and then so now, as you mentioned earlier, you're taking on the job as manager at the Pulaski Yankees. What's it going to be like to? You were a high school coach, but what's it going to be like transitioning from a professional baseball player to a coach?
We'll jury's still out. We'll have to see. I've had some good managers I've played for in the past. I've had some good managers that I've been able to work under as well as a coach. So I'm hoping that I'm going to do a good job. I think I'll be able to do a good job. I'm looking forward to the opportunity. I'm looking forward to being able to be hands on and get in there. I'm hoping we have a season, so that's fingers crossed.
Yes.
So I'm hoping we have a season because I'm really looking forward to the opportunity and the challenge to manage for the New York Yankees organization, which is amazing.
What was the feeling that you had when they called you back and they told you, "Hey, we want you to come manage for one of our minor league teams"?
Yeah, it was kind of caught me off guard. When I had got my contract in the winter, it looked like I was going to be back in Staten Island where I'd been the last couple of years, and I was going to be the catching coach, defensive coach there, help with base running, coach first base, and then when I got down for spring training, it was about a week had gone by, and then they brought me in and they said, "Hey, we love what you've been doing. We were waiting for some things to play out, but we want you to manage our Pulaski Yankees team." So it kind of caught me off guard. I didn't think that was going to be the case. I was kind of speechless, but readily accepted, and I'm ready to go.
What's it going to be like being able to manage, prospects coming up through the system, trying to, impact their careers in a big way?
Yeah, that awesome question. You're killing this interview, doing a good job. So it's awesome. It's one of the best parts about being a coach. I wasn't able to make it to the big leagues, so now the ultimate goal as a coach is to help someone else achieve their lifelong goal. And all those kids want to get to the big leagues. So if I can help them in any way and pass them along to the next coach, and then they can do their part, because that's what the minor leagues is all about. It's all about development and helping these kids learn the game of baseball, hone their talents, pass them off to the next guy, and hopefully they continue to improve and improve. And then one day I'm sitting there, 10 years from now, and these guys are playing in the big leagues, and I'm like, I got to coach that guy.
I always wondered, what's it like to be a player? You're warming up, going through motions, and then, there's fans out there asking for your autograph, seeing if they can get a ball. What's it like to be able to see those kids and even adults, just people out there trying to get a little bit of a feel of what's it like for you guys and feel like a part of the game?
Yeah, that's what I love about minor league baseball is our players are very accessible. People can come right down, to the dugouts or down the right field line, left field line, asking for autographs. We're not as locked down to some of those major league guys, and I think that's why a lot of people are drawn to spring training big league games because there's more access to the players, and so that's minor leagues all the time. And so, there's people out there always asking for your autograph and giving you a card that was from your rookie year. It makes you feel a little more important than you probably are. At least I was. I wasn't as a top prospect as some of these guys are.
Are there any other things that the MLB could possibly take from the minor leagues and kind of install in their system?
In terms of what they can do in the big leagues that some of the minor leagues do is just trying to be a little bit more personable with fans and players. I know that's what people they have an attachment at some of these small minor league stadiums and teams, and part of the community. We get out and we do things. And I know a lot of big league teams try that, but just the kind of that intimate feeling you have as just being a minor league team in a small city. I don't know if that can be duplicated, but that's kind of the romantic part about minor league baseball.
So now you do a lot of work with kids off the field, just with improving their baseball game. What's it like to be able to help those kids out in the way that you help minor leaguers?
Probably one of my favorite things I get to do in the off season is come back and work with people from around this area, especially on the catching position. When I was growing up, I didn't. I was mostly self-taught with most all the catching stuff. It's a position that is fairly undertaught. And then when I was in high school, going into high school, I was able to have a little bit of guidance from a guy that has some catching background, and just how much that helped me. And so then when I come home, just being able to give back to these kids and then give them some of the knowledge that I've obtained over the years from the catching position, I love that. I love being able to share that and be around kids that want to get better. Because what I love about baseball, it doesn't matter how big you are or how small you are or how strong you are. Guys can make the big leagues. You look at Jose Altuve, who's very, very small, to Aaron Judge, who's a giant, and everybody in between. So baseball does not discriminate. If you can play, you can play, and you can make it to the big leagues. And I think that is a awesome thing that baseball can do for kids. So I love to be able to pass along that. And maybe one day they'll be out there doing what I couldn't do and get to the big leagues.
Yeah, so that's about it for all that I have. Thank you for doing this. It was really awesome talking to you. Yeah, just thank you.
Yeah, hey man, keep doing it. You awesome interviewer, great questions. So keep it up.
Thank you. You too. Good luck this season, Coach.
Thank you. All right, bye-bye.
Bye.